Hey guys, and welcome back once again to my tiny studio, where I take you behind the scenes as we go through and look at the making of 10 compositions that I've created which constitute this particular project. Now, if we haven't met yet, my name is Athol Phillips, also known as PhotoArt by Athol, and if we have met, well, yeah, my name is still Athol Phillips. Right, if you're an aspiring art collector and you're looking to make an investment in some significant, interesting art pieces, then I'm so ecstatic about the fact that you've stumbled across my small patch of the internet and look forward to going through with you on this journey. If however you're a photographer who's looking to not take his skills to the next level but beyond that, then you're at the right place, and I'm hoping that I can inspire you to do exactly that. So what I suggest we do is you grab a glass of your favorite beverage, sit back and enjoy the journey. My interest in photography and photo artistry began a little over 5 years ago. My journey is well described in a recent interview conducted by my mentor, Sebastian Michaels, editor of the highly informative Quill & Camera blog. During this period, I've created in excess of 300 photo art compositions spanning a variety of different styles, ranging from portraiture to some landscape photography, still life, and the likes. In creating all of this art, I've been battling to define my artistic style, and it was only in preparing the Q&As for the recent above-mentioned Quill & Camera interview that I now, for the first time, believe that I have finally found my artistic direction. Whilst I enjoy the challenges of many genres of photography, I find myself most comfortable and creative when I'm able to have full control over my subject matter setup, which includes props and lighting. I have always migrated towards creating photo art, which can be best described as fantasy with a dash of surrealism. To this end, I've embarked on this new project aptly entitled My Tiny Studio. The concept was inspired by renowned photo artist Brooke Shaden, whose artistic style, tenacity, creativity I hugely admire. Our journey begins with the first project in the series entitled Priscilla. Based on the musical Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, this project turned out to be a mammoth task, not only due to the 8 hours that it took me to build the actual scene itself, but because of the fact that I had 2 false starts. This resulted in me crashing the efforts after spending at least 4 hours on each edit and finally getting it right on my 3rd attempt, a total of 29 hours. I had envisaged 2 main core elements for this project. Firstly, the high-tech glowing chrome ball pyramid, and secondly, the decorated high-heel shoe, flying through the scene with flowing fabric. As always, the project starts off with an empty cardboard box measuring 500mm square in size, into which then I physically build up the concept theme. Next step is to create a shopping list for the required props. In this regard, I thank my daughter Marcel for suggesting the cake shop, where I was able to find a suitable size plain white icing sugar high heel shoe. So why the behind the scenes look? Normally I'm a strong believer in not showing the behind the scenes stuff, since it potentially removes the mystique behind the final artwork. But again, in this case, I believe that you will find it rather fascinating, more so that when I tell you everything that you see in the final artwork was sourced, built, photographed, and then finally digitally massaged into forming the various compositions. And now to create the shopping list. These items form the core ingredients of this project, although I did also incorporate a few additional props from my existing stash. Construction started off by creating the landscape of the desert scene, which was formed by polystyrene terraces covered with 5 kilograms of pure grain sorghum marbella meal, finished off with 300 grams of Raja medium curry powder, with a final topping coat of 200 grams of chicken spice. Sounds more like a masterclass session if you ask me. Needless to say, the whole house now smells like an Indian curry bar, and I have been sneezing ever since. Included in the list were some chrome ball beads, large and small, straws, a can of spray paint, a new craft knife, an LED light unit and some glue sticks, and then of course the plain icing sugar high heel shoe. So let's now move on to building the scene. The left image shows the creation of the moon. I used one of my round yellow filters, covered it with transparent plastic, which I then spray painted to simulate the surface of the moon. The right image shows the initial construction of the landscape in polystyrene to simulate the desert itself. The moon didn't really work out, so I decided just to trash it, and then instead I decided to rather use the magic brush from Raw Exchange to create a more detailed and realistic looking type moon. So it's time to check out how I built that high-tech pyramid. To create the pyramid, I fed some chrome ball beads onto a plastic straw, glued each end, and then reduced the number on each row until a final ball on top. The orange glow emitted from the pyramid was produced by an LED light which I placed inside the structure itself. And now let's take a look at the preparation of that all-important high heel shoe. Preparation of the high heel shoe began by me painting the plain icing sugar shoe that I had sourced from the cake shop with various colors of glitter glue. I then added some small chrome bead balls, some pink fluff, and then finally a small polka dot bow tie. I then decided that the scene needed some camels. I mean, it is a desert after all. So I first created my caravan of camels, then printed them out onto a sheet of cardboard to enable me to cut them out to form the silhouette. And then of course, once again, I had to rush to the first aid kit for a plaster to stop the bleeding. Yes, I did it again. And now let's take a closer look at the setup that I had to create to shoot the required image. As already mentioned, having scrapped the first 2 editing sessions, this was now the 3rd time that I had to set up and fine-tune the lighting. It's an absolutely painstaking process to get it just right, but oh so rewarding when you actually finally do. As you can see in the images, I only used 2 penlight torches to light the scene. My shutter speed was set to 30 seconds for this particular capture. Okay box, I'm done with you. As at the end of each project, so the biodegradable box with its non-required contents is relegated to the dustbin because its job is done. Next box please. This is no doubt one of the more challenging, time-consuming, brain-wrecking yet creative and rewarding photo artistry projects that I have tackled to date. I trust that you have found the making of Priscilla most informative and inspiring. I'm looking forward to sharing the next My Tiny Studio project with you soon. USA-based art enthusiasts are invited to connect with me on Art Boya, where you are able to order exquisite curated prints of my photo art to showcase on your walls. Material choices include watercolor, canvas, acrylic and brush metal. Delivery is currently only available in the USA, but will also be distributed to other geographic regions soon. Likewise, South African-based art collectors are invited to connect with me on Digital Gallery, where you will be able to make a sound investment in one or more of the 100+ artworks currently on display in this gallery. Choose your preferred framing option, size, and confirm your online payment, and you will receive your ready-to-hang investment within 7 days, delivered right to your front door. And hey guys, do you want to learn how to create stunning digital art just like this? Why not take the plunge and register for the Sebastian Michaels Photoshop Artistry online course, just like I did some 5 years ago. You'll be able to find more detailed information in this regard in the show notes below. Now, if you found this video interesting, then you know what to do. Zap that subscribe button and ring that bell to make sure that you receive instant notification from me the very second I release my next YouTube video. Also, feel free to check out my show notes, where you can view more of my creativity located on my various social media links, including my PhotoArt by Athol website.